So in our current footballing landscape, where people already absolutely hate the refs that we have in our leagues, especially the Premier League, which I think has probably some of the worst referees in the world, and I will die on that hill because some of the refereeing and some of the decisions we see in this league are absolutely terrible. So in this world, right, where there's a collective consensus that the refs around the world and in the Premier League are not the best ones, we have decided to give the refs the power to potentially start throwing in these blue cards into the mix. So what is a blue card, you might be asking yourself? A blue card essentially is a card that's shown to a player that is, being dissentful, is speaking up to the ref, it has cynical tackles, that type of good stuff. Think like the recent tackle that Lisandro Martinez put in against Kufal, which I actually ended up seeing him get injured. Essentially, a player gets shown a blue card, and then all of a sudden, bam, sin bin, which means they are sat out of the game for 10 minutes, which in a game of football, right, could be absolutely detrimental to a team. Why? Why are we deciding to do this? I don't know. I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you think it would even be a good idea. I don't know if this is something that has kind of been decided that it's going into effect very soon. I think they're probably going to trial it first in kind of lower leagues. But you already kind of have this off my screen. You already have these managers like Ange here. We're talking down on it. There's kind of a notion of what is the point behind all of this. Once this hit the football Twitter zeitgeist, it went absolutely nuts. I mean, you guys can see here, this post alone by Bleacher Report got 8.7 million views, and it's only been out for 2 days. That's absolutely crazy here. You got Christian Romero getting shown a freaking blue card here, right, boys? This is crazy. And even if we just look at some of the stuff here, stop Americanizing football. I think sin bins are something that are already in, I believe, hockey, which honestly I think this is silly. You're just you're creating a breeding ground for even more kind of a hate towards referees, which some of the hate they get is a little bit just biased towards if your club isn't getting the treatment that you think they're supposed to be getting, you're gonna be mad. But now these refs have really the power, or if this does ever make its way into kind of the elite levels of football, it's gonna be a joke, bro. Imagine your team is defending a corner, but your center back has a freaking blue card, bro, and it's the 90th minute. And now they're on a freaking counterattack and they're one-on-one with your goalkeeper. Except, psych, your goalkeeper isn't there because he also got a blue card. Now you don't have a keeper. Now you don't have a center back, and bang, your team just lost the Champions League final because of a freaking blue card, bro. Keep that. I want you guys to really think about that. And wasn't the only one that really talked down on this idea. I mean, you have Klopp here, who Klopp seems to be pretty cynical across the board about most things in regards to football and the referees and game schedules and all that good stuff. But you have a manager like Klopp also coming out and calling it a bad idea, saying that the IFAB hasn't come up with a good idea, and he is 56 and he has never seen them come up with a good idea. So I mean, you can kind of get the idea there. I believe Mikel Arteta also kind of came out and said something, say that we're not really ready for that type of stuff, and I honestly do agree. We just got VAR a couple seasons ago, and you see how much of a mess that is. There's just still so much in the air in regards to why referees make the decisions that they do, and kind of if there's special treatment towards one team or another, which again, like I mentioned earlier, is a little bit just more based on bias on how you feel about the decision that went for your team, went or didn't go, honestly. But of course, this being football Twitter, memes, right? Memes came out the freaking wazoo. We have this one here that says Rodri showing off all his blue cards at the end of the season. We got our main man Floyd Mayweather here showing off stacks on stacks on stacks. Rodri gets away with a lot that players like Casemiro would not be able to. I do think he would probably be one of the players that has just a crazy stack of blue cards. Classic troll football here. Not the biggest fan of troll football, but we got this one. Casemiro will be getting a blue card every 10 minutes of the game. We have this one here as well. Sergio Ramos coming back after a blue card to finish the job. I mean, boys, it's gonna be crazy. If this does ever make its way into kind of the elite levels of football, this is gonna be absolutely nuts. I don't think it will. I think it'll kind of get binned off. I think it just made massive headlines because of how vague they made it. They didn't really clarify where it's going to be trialed. People were saying it was going to be used in the FA Cup. But again, how are we supposed to know, right? We have this one here, which again, like I mentioned earlier, boys, imagine your goalkeeper has a blue card. Imagine your goalkeeper has a blue card. Other teams threw on goal. Easy. Tap in for the opposing team, right? So then they have to create special rules for goalkeepers. Can a goalkeeper get a blue card? Why not? Is it fair for the kind of overall rest of the team? Who knows? Still a lot up in the air for this stuff. It also kind of comes down to players are going to have to mentally kind of readapt their mind into when they're shown a blue card, how to kind of take that into account, right? How does that affect what you're going to be doing on the field for the rest of the game? You got players like Diego Jota who are part-time professional FIFA players. He's going to see a freaking blue card and freak out like KSI right here, bro. He's going to see blue. He's going to say team of the year. Walk out. He's going to freak out. We don't know what's going to happen. Matt HG Gamer here giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't know, boys. This is going to be very interesting. That's kind of what I think about blue cards on a very surface level. Again, like I mentioned, I don't really see this kind of making its way to actual professional elite levels. I think it'll kind of get weeded out if they do end up trialing it. But of course, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. A little bit of a different style of video here. Kind of wanted to introduce this to you guys where we'll kind of just talk about things that are going on in the footballing world that I don't necessarily want to make a scripted video where I have a really in-depth analysis. Sometimes it's just nice to get a little bit of football news coverage that isn't too serious, right? So if you guys do enjoy this type of content, let me know in the comments down below. That way I know I can keep making it for you guys. I always want to make sure I'm getting the videos up for you guys that you guys are enjoying. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. Appreciate you boys for watching. Peace.